Who's first? The Beagle.
Ray, based on what you've seen, do you feel that Morgan is ready to play right now?
I think Morgan Rielly's very close. To say that unequivocally he's ready to play in the NHL is a tough question to ask. It's a tough question to answer at this point. We know he's played very well for our hockey club. He's a talented young man, and he's only going to get better. And those are the tough decisions that you're faced with. And I have my opinion. And as I've always stated before, I have one vote. And we have a management team and a coaching staff that all is going to consider all the options, and we'll make a decision that's based on what's best for our hockey club and what's best for Morgan Rielly.
Are you leaning towards giving him a longer look?
You're trying to bleed something out of me that I'm not going to bleed to you.
Did James make your decision for you tonight any easier tonight?
I think both of our goalies have played well, and I think that that probably is going to be the toughest decision.
You only have 2 days before the game start meaning something. Do you have anything planned? Can you squeeze a golf getaway of any bonding at all?
Well, we're mandated to give days off now. So tomorrow will be a day off. So that would be the only day that we would have been able to take to do some of the team building, team bonding. We feel that we've done a lot of that through the course of training camp. Not specifically, they had a golf tournament the other day. They went out and played golf together. They had a dinner together. We've gathered our group together and made presentations on a few things, and we'll finish one before we get on the plane on Monday, and we'll do something along those lines. But as I told you earlier, if you were here this morning, I feel that the schedule that we've been given with the exhibition schedule and the start of the season on Tuesday, Wednesday has been somewhat of a challenge, to say that it's not a disadvantage competitively for us.
Have you ever had that in your career before, Randy, starting a season with 2 road games back to back?
It's a new one. And open 2 buildings. It's, especially after having to play back to back, last night and tonight, and then play a game against Ottawa on Wednesday, and then that's 5 games in 8 days. And we're going to start our season off with 2 on the road. There's not a lot of sympathy coming from the league, but it's tough. It's whatever it is. And I'm not real happy with it. So.
Are you now, Randy? You guys have done the preseason. Where's your satisfaction level as to where the guys are now heading into Tuesday?
Well, I would hope that our hockey club would have viewed the game tonight and viewed the work ethic of the players that played tonight was closer to what we need from everybody on our hockey club. And you got to commend the players that played in this hockey game tonight. They did everything that we asked of them. They went out and worked. They competed. They played a simple game. And that's really what we're asking from the rest of our group.
And I guess it's to the credit of the goaltender. I mean, they played so well for the season. But how difficult is that decision for you to pick one guy or the other and really handle that kind of situation?
Well, again, those are good decisions. It's tough on coaches and tough on management to pick one guy when both have played well. But that's the underlying fact is it's a great decision because we have 1A and 1B quality goaltenders. Both guys can start.
So is it more symbolic that you would start the first one? Like, does it even matter since you're splitting them?
Does it matter? You guys it'll matter to you guys, but it doesn't. We know that. You're not going to let that one slide where there'll be headlines. We know what you're going to do. Or does your editor? Maybe you guys get away with it because the editor writes the headlines, as I've been told for so many years. You guys.
Last one for Randy. Do you
John, what do you think about that one?
Do you still see taking everything to the deadline in terms of making the decisions, who's staying, who's going?
There is a deadline, and if you're, you have to have your roster pretty much set by Tuesday at noon. So there has to be a waiver process for some players if you are going to reassign them. So I'm sure that those things will start to happen, and it'll happen around the league. As you've already saw, there's a number of players. I would predict that Sunday will be a big day on the waiver wire, and possibly Monday, because the league starts on Tuesday, and you have to have your roster set to 23 by Tuesday at noon or Tuesday at 1 o'clock, unless I read the rules wrong.
Do you guys meet tonight?
We meet every night. All right?